Is Ed Moser. I'm from around Monticello, Indiana, and we're going to make some Danish dagger today. This is a few of them that I have made so far, and we have down here our American materials. This is our Peoria or our Keokuk. This is Novaculite. This is our Obsidian that we have out west. These two are Novaculite. This one is Georgetown flint. This is our truest flint that we have here in North America. Comes out of Texas. We have a couple more out of the Novaculite, Georgetown, and the Peoria or Keokuk church. Okay, we're going to make the dagger. We have a piece of a nodule of raw Georgetown here, and then my billets. I have 3 different size billets here. I have my large moose for doing the heavy percussion work. We have my small moose billet to do the real fine work, and then this moose billet here is my my hammer for doing my punch work, my copper punch work. I have a couple small copper punches here for punching in the handle and doing the stitching. We have a couple pressure flakers here as copper tips. I have a couple small graters and my leather pads. And that's pretty much sums it up for my tools and things. You can make the large Danish daggers with just a simple supply of tools. We're going to start here. There was already a flake knocked off, and what we're going to do is we're going to start reducing this down. We're going to start skinning it. We'll come in and we'll do a set of kind of stitch flakes around, and then we'll start doing some hard hitting. Setting up an angle, and then we're going to just what we'll call stitching. Let's see what we have. Now we're going to try to keep our dagger here, so keep the maximum length. So I'm not going to drive any flakes off of here yet. We're going to come in and we're going to kind of circle around this and come back to the other side and see what we have. I don't want to get too worked up, carried away just up here on the tip just yet. We've got one side all skinned down and brought down. Now we have a little bit left over here. We're going to skin this side here off and make sure everything is good and solid. We don't have any hidden cracks, and then I can decide which side I'm going to be the stitch side. We'll only stitch this dagger on one side. Setting up some platforms here. Set it up. We have this ridge line coming up here. We have this lowered here. I'm going to come down here and skin off some of these. I have this edge braided back here some. Do a series up this side. Move it back. This sets up the platform for the next hit. Braid that edge there back. Creates this nice ridge coming up in. You see the platform? Right here. come back up this ridge right here.
Yep.
Skinned it right on over. Braid it down. Platform, ridge coming up and over. That one right there stopped. We double tapped, took out the center of it, which is just fine, because what that did is that refined our handle down here, and that has started up to make our transition from our handle into our blade. So we want this down here to be a little bit thicker, and I try to set this transition up pretty early to come into. Okay, we're back. We have this ridge running here. We're going to try to shoot this ridge. Hopefully it comes out good. We have a heavy stout platform set up right here. We have the platform edge is closer to this face over here, and we're going to try to shoot this, and I'm hoping that it gets clear down in here and maybe even get this, and I'm hoping it doesn't overshoot. Let's see what it does. Didn't get quite as far as I wanted it to. What we have here, we have it reduced down quite a bit more. We have what will be the face side of the dagger. This right here will be the stitched face. As you can see, I have the transition coming down into the blade with a nice large percussion scar that come in there and clean that up. It's nice and flat here. This will be the back side of my dagger. I still have a lot more percussion work to do here, but now then I need to start focusing a little bit more, bringing my handle in. And I'll start concentrating just a little bit on my pommel down here at this stage and things. But it's getting there. It's getting there. These up in here, these are pretty slick, so it shouldn't give me too much problems and things. This is actually a pretty nice piece of Georgetown material here and things. So we'll start in and start necking down the handle here a little bit. Come in here and do a little bit of handwork. Short flakes. Just starting to get that rounded profile started here. Come in here now, my pressure flaker. Clean this edge here up, straighten it up just a little bit. What we have is we have the face. We've isolated it back some with the just the antler percussion, doing short steps, trying to get a nice lenticular shape that's nice and thick in here yet. And we're going to start doing the punch work on the handle here, start bringing the getting the median ridge going. We have big percussion scars. You can see here we're only going to stitch this on one face, so we have a fairly flat profile on the back here. We have big percussion scars coming across here to define where the handle meets the blade, so we can get a nice transition coming into from the handle into the blade, and as we stitch this in and things, it'll feather its way out also. So we'll start in here and do a little bit of pressure work, straighten this edge out a little bit. What I've done is I have done a little bit of pressure work, straighten this edge up a little bit. So now then we can start with our series of punch flakes, driving them out to the middle here. Same way on this side over here, we straighten it out, keeping a low edge line, because we want the punch flakes to come out and run and create a triangle. So clamp it between my legs here, so it's very tight. Punch a series. First punch series. So we're starting this high triangle. Now we'll come in, go through the other side. Okay, come on. Clamp. Brought them in, they didn't quite get to the center, but the next series they'll keep running closer and closer to the middle. I'm gonna have to do some little bit of more edge prep here. We have everything set up here. We don't have the real fine median ridge here yet, but we're going to go ahead and do some primary stitching and start our median ridge coming in and things. So we'll start off doing some punch work here, getting first stitch. Each time you take off a flake, it creates another bulb. Straight, we have a nice zigzag pattern. Reduced a lot of the mass and things. Yeah. Now what we'll do is we'll come back in and do some percussion work on the blade and things, and start bringing that down, remove a little bit of the mass off the blade just a little bit, and start bringing it in just a tad bit, narrowing it up, and starting, we may do a little bit more punch flaking, you know, to bring this up. I don't know yet, we might not. We have it all basically stitched in. Now we're doing some serious primary thinning, reducing the thickness of the blade down and things. Setting up, doing some controlled percussion work here.
So what's happening now?
See how fine we're making that stitching now? We're driving it down into the handle. Uh-oh, something right there slipped. Yeah. What we've done is we come back and run a set of pressure stitches back over all of my primary stitches. Sophus here, he's from Denmark, and he says this is what the Danish stitching would have looked like here. This isn't the coarse stuff like we're used to seeing in the US. So we have the real fine stitching done. We have a little bit of pressure work to do on the handle and things. And we have a lot of pressure work left to do on the blade yet. So that's what's next. Getting the grinding done on the blade, and I've pretty much have what, 5-10 minutes in the grinding on this so far. The diamond grinder makes it real nice, makes it a lot easier. And I only grind the blades, and things just like the old people did it, old folks did it. The originals and things. You do nice percussion and then come back with nice clean pressure work. It grinds down very quickly and things.
Nice.
We got this face right here. We had a beautiful scar pattern here, but when we got on this side, it got really dry and coarse, and I had to run an extra couple passes to get the grind marks off out here in the middle. This stuff is on this side was very tough and very coarse, but we managed to get it. We need to neck this in just a little bit right in here, and then do a little bit more pressure work here to define our stitching a little bit, and it'll be getting a lot closer. So we're going to take it up now. Handles in. Need to bring this tip over just a little bit for some symmetry, and it's getting there.
You and your family are moving in highly efficient symmetry. Morning routine, bang, done, out the door. You're knocking out work and school and errands and playdates and practice, and it's frantic and it's fun. And it's like some kind of elaborate ballet. You wonder, what could be next for this? And then, ground to a halt. At Night Express, we think life shouldn't stop for a car. Or broken bone stitches, allergies, or anything else, which is why we're right here. Open 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's why we don't have appointments. Just swing in and see our full medical team right away. So you can get back to having one of those great days. MedExpress.
Advancement opportunities. Tyson Foods is the place for you. For a daily schedule.
So we're doing side stitching?
Side stitching.
8517. And apply directly at Tyson's Look at Sport Plans. Next to Hoosier Heartland Highway.
My lighting in here isn't the real best right now to do this.
We have the daily used car you want. Come and get it.
Maximum selection. Maximum value.
Maximum financing options.
The only guys who are sick of hearing about Warmax used cars on the Sagamore Parkway just south of Kazoo.
Sofas here from Denmark wanted very fine side stitching, so we're doing our best to do ultra fine side stitch.
Always.
No matter your credit, no matter your financing preferences, Warmax will work with you to help you get the car you want at the price you can afford.
It seems so easy, so simple, so Warmaxy.
Is that even a word?
It is now.
Buy with confidence at Warmax used cars. Just ask for the Carfax. Visit us online 24/7 at WarmaxAutoSales.com or call us at 765-250-5210.
The place in Lafayette for maximum selection.
Maximum value.
Maximum financing options. Warmax used cars on a Sagamore Parkway just south of Kazoo.
Well, it's all finished up. Sofa said that the Danish daggers had a very fine stitching, so that's what we tried for. We did primary stitching and did secondary stitching, and then very fine side stitching with the pommel stitching, which is a little bit wider. We ran in on the back side here, was very tough, and I took more than one pass to get my pressure flakes all the way across and clean up some of the spots and things. But overall, it turned out a pretty nice dagger. Some of these spots in here gave us a little bit of trouble, some of the limestone spots, but overall, came out pretty nice.